Robin's going to leave the hospital.
Do you have any idea of the risks?
Yes. Yes, I do. The risk is that he might die. Robin.
I either go on living here or leave here and possibly die.
Yes.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Talk about why Breathe was the right moment for you to go behind the camera.
Well, Breathe is very personal because the subject matter, the story, is about my very, very close friend and business partner, Jonathan Cavendish. It's his parents' life story. I read one night and just was so blown away by the script. It was so powerful, the script, and I just thought I've got to direct it. So I went into Jonathan and I said, look, I know this is sort of technically outside my wheelhouse, but I can't stop thinking about it, and I love the story. I just think these people are incredible, and this story is so extraordinary and wonderful and moving. It was so emotional, and he said, "Okay, let's make it." Once we knew that Andrew and Claire were available, we managed to get the money together in 7 weeks and then shoot it in 7 weeks, and then and it was the most phenomenal time. It really was the most incredible time.
And Diana's very much with us and has given her blessing to the film. I know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you know, her son was producing it. I think for a moment, only a moment, she must have thought this is never going to really happen. But then she realised it was, and then she saw the movie. She's been incredibly passionate about it, hasn't she? She's been so you know, moved by it and sees it as a very emotionally truthful and authentic and very accurate, I think, a representation of the life that they lived.
What was your process here in going through this and in trying to do this character?
Yeah, well, it's so strange. I never saw it as an acting challenge. I saw it as a living challenge, as Robin would have seen it, because he was a non-disabled person up until the age of 28, as you said earlier. So he was very athletic. He was a captain in the army. He was a cricket player. He experienced the world through his body. He connected with the world through his physicality. And of course, at the age of 28, to have that stripped away is a remarkable thing to attempt to reconcile and to integrate that experience. Who are you now? That's the question I think that he was asking himself. Who am I? What is my value? What is my worth? I suppose, and he got to know himself internally, I think. He was forced to know himself very, very deeply inside. And after about a year and a half of kind of suicidal thoughts and depression and not really knowing if he did want to go on living, he eventually decided that he was going to go on living because of the love of his wife. So I think that was the question. So how do I connect with people with this very limited ability of expression? How do I connect with the world and be in the world with this very, well, you know, with this paralysis, which is a universal thing. We all have a certain paralysis in our lives that inhibits us from connecting with people and with our deepest selves. The amazing thing about Jonathan, who is our producer, and of course we wish he could be here, but it's his heart on screen. And I think that that's why Andy was so perfect in terms of the choice that Andy, you know, for Andy to direct the film, is that he knows Jonathan's heart better than anyone else, you know. Maybe not as well as his wife and his mother, but it's close. He makes everyone feel welcome. He was able to create community and interconnectedness wherever he went. One of his great gifts was putting everyone at ease, making sure everyone was included, and full of joy, strangely. How he managed to achieve that is quite remarkable, and Jonathan absolutely shares that. So the whole set, led by Andy, supported by Jonathan, it did feel like a family, and it's one of the great honors of my life, actually, being able to play Jonathan's father.